Chairman Jim Jordan. Sir, welcome back to the program.
Good to be
All
with
right,
you, Sean.
you explain this to me. First of all, I didn't know that the IRS visited people's homes. Don't they usually send a letter, contact your accountant or lawyer? Is that a common practice for the IRS?
Everything we know about it, Sean, is it's very rare. Yeah, they usually call your accountant, call you, first send you a letter. But as you pointed out, while he's testifying, award-winning journalist, New York Times bestseller, testifying in front of Congress on the weaponization of the federal government, testifying in that committee hearing, Democrats are asking him who his sources are, violating the First Amendment, attacking the First Amendment. While all that's going on, guess what? The IRS is knocking on his door, left him a note saying, we'll be back in touch with you after the weekend, on the following Monday. I mean, think about that. Just a normal American, the IRS leaves a note on your door and says, we're going to be back in touch with you after the weekend. Think about what you go through over the weekend. Now, maybe this is one big coincidence. I don't know. It sure doesn't seem to be. But it's pretty darn alarming when you think about it happen exactly while the Democrats were going after the First Amendment, asking him questions. We had him in there testifying. The IRS pays a visit to his home. That is scary stuff.
By the way, it's interesting. He wrote a book. One book had my picture on it and was unfair to me, but that's a different story. What they did here with the Twitter files, though, is they exposed something I think very nefarious, and that is the weaponization of the DOJ. And that is, okay, that Twitter was coordinating with the FBI. Now we know that the FBI was meeting weekly with big tech, warning them about, quote, misinformation campaigns, and that those campaigns may be about Joe Biden. They may be about Hunter Biden. And then when the laptop issue came out, and the FBI had that since December 2019, oh, this must be what they were talking about the whole time. This is likely the misinformation, and lo and behold, that information was censored across the board with all big social media. Did that impact the 2020 election in all likelihood?
Well, it certainly did. They had the time, they had the method, and they had the person. They knew it was going to happen in October. They said it's going to involve Hunter Biden, and it's going to be a hack and leak operation. How did they know? Well, it's because they had the laptop, and then when that comes out, everyone works to suppress it, even though it's true. And what Mr. Taibbi and Mr. Schellenberger conveyed in our hearing a few weeks ago, again, the same time that the IRS was showing up at his door, was what they called the censorship industrial complex, where big government pressures big tech and big media to limit information, to restrict First Amendment liberties so that we, the people, don't get access to the information we should have, certainly in the run-up to the most important election we have, election for President of the United States. So this is scary stuff, as I said before, and you think about it, as you indicated, Sean, this is almost like the IRS under Obama with Lois Lerner and all that happened. Looks like they're back. And remember, now that they're back, they got $80 billion for 87,000 more IRS agents in that last big spending bill the Democrats did. Oh, that should make us really concerned when you think about the money and resources they now have, and it looks like what they were up to just a few weeks ago when Matt Taibbi was testifying in front of Congress.
All right, Congressman, we're coming up on the debt ceiling deadline. My question is, as part of any negotiation, assuming that the White House at some point will have to negotiate if the Republicans stay united, can part of that negotiation be defunding the hiring of the 87,000 IRS agents? Can that happen? Can Republicans make that happen?
First bill we passed out of the Congress under Speaker McCarthy's leadership. It still sits over there in the Senate. We should insist on that and some other good measures. But most importantly, what I think we need is a no shutdown act so that when we get to September, Joe Biden can't say we're going to shut down the government unless you keep spending at these ridiculous levels that he and the Democrats want. That's something we need to get on this bill as well.
No, I agree. Will all 222 Republicans unite on a plan in exchange for raising the debt ceiling, or are Republicans going to splinter off?
Great question. We're working on that. I thought Speaker McCarthy's letter to the president today was really good, saying, look, it's time to negotiate. We had one meeting, and then you've been silent, and all you keep doing is attacking Republicans. Let's get together and figure out how we do this, and let's begin to save some money for the American people after the ridiculous high levels of spending we've seen in the last 26 months.
All right, Jim Jordan, thank you. As always, we appreciate it.